the mouse there we go.
Okay, thank you.
Kind of slide that hand by, will you, Gail?
Melvin?
Okay. Is everybody everybody through?
I'm done.
The head now. Let me know when those can't. That's what I was going to ask.
Oh.
Just his cousins only.
Okay. Okay, look this way.
I don't know where.
Okay.
Boy, girl.
This, Jimmy?
Oh, no.
Come on, everybody.
I'm taking pictures. Isn't that? You're going Oh,
And so I would ask Reverend Bard to come to the podium, please. It's a very happy occasion for us today as we celebrate this birthday time with Vi. I'm glad that we can be here to celebrate her 80th birthday with her. I bring you greetings on behalf of the Iroquois United Church congregation, Vi. I know you often can't get with us, and we know where you are and what's happening in your life. Perhaps we can just bow for a moment of prayer as we ask God's blessing as we begin the festivities of today. Gracious God, we ask your blessing upon the congregation that's gathered here this afternoon as we celebrate this event. We ask your blessing upon Don Hare as she celebrates her 80th birthday. We wish that she can celebrate many, many more years with us. We ask you to bless the food that we're to partake of today, that it may strengthen us in your service. Amen.
I hear birds.
Thanks, Reverend Sir. At this time, I would ask Alan Hare to come forth, please, to bring greetings.
You want to come closer?
Good. I'd like to thank everyone. I guess I can say it better this way than I can over the mic. Thank very much, everyone, for coming today. Mom really appreciates it. There's quite a few people here already today that Mom hasn't seen in quite a few years. I know she really appreciates it, and it's just a good thing to have something like this for. Some special people I'd like to thank. There's some people here from Saskatchewan that have made their way here, and it's just a good time that they're here too. They can also meet some of the other relatives of the family. I'd like to thank Muriel Van Allen for making the cake up here today. I'd like to thank Graham for bringing it. Strader family, especially Aunt Vera and again a few of the relatives from Saskatchewan and Lorna and Sharon, I thank them very much too. They just helped out in ways and making the punch and things like that. It makes it a lot better for today. Anyways, I'd like to thank happy birthday to Mom on behalf of Lisa and myself and the rest of the relatives that are here today.
Thanks very much, Alan. Let's call Lyle Van Allen now, please.
Don's other sister, Vera, who is married to our Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Lawrence Strader, they have a son, Neil, and his wife, Debbie. Neil, I think I saw you somewhere. As well, they have a daughter, Lorna, and her husband, Jeff Johnson, of Ottawa. Lorna, would you? And as well, they have a daughter by the name of Sharon of James Bay. Sharon Stanton. On Vi's side of the family, there are three brothers. Myron and his wife Faye of Morrisburg. I don't think Myron is here. They have 4 children, and I don't believe any one of them here as well. Next is Vi's brother Graham and his wife Muriel. Would they stand, please? Muriel and Graham's son John, I don't believe has arrived yet. As well as Vi's oldest brother Arnold, I believe. My father just came in and he's hiding around the door there, and my mother Goldie. As well, my brother and his wife Carl and Ruby Van Allen. Please stand for me. And my wife. On behalf of the Hare and Van Allen family and Vi, I want to wish you a very happy birthday today. And I hope that we're all here to celebrate many more of your birthdays. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Lyle. This time I would ask Elder Brown to come and bring greetings from the Eastern Star.
My pleasure today to bring greetings from Moonlight Chapter, Order of the Eastern Star, to Sister Vi on this very special occasion. We congratulate you, Sister Vi, and we hope that you have many more years to enjoy. I don't think there is anyone in this town who does any more for people than Sister Vi. She's always going someplace, taking someplace to someone, taking something to someone. So it's nice to be able to have this day to give something back to Sister Vi. She's a charter member of our star, one of 2, now 51 years old past, and she's always been so willing to help and do anything that was asked and more. So today, Sister Vi, we wish you the very best and hope that you'll be able to continue to be with us for a long time to come. Thank you, Sister Nell.
Florence English to come and bring greetings from the senior citizen.
Vi, on behalf of good companions, I'm not going to say senior citizens, because I don't consider myself a senior yet. We're all juniors, just growing a little older. But on behalf of good companions, I bring you greetings. You know, birthdays are very special times. You think back to your 5th birthday. You started school. Perhaps then to your 18th birthday. You got your driver's license. Then maybe your 21st birthday, you could vote for the right party. Now, we go on a little further. I suppose the year we moved from the old town to the new was very important for you. And then we come to in the 60s when you received your first pension. That was good, wasn't it? Now it's 80. Now to top that off, look at the crowd here, all your well-wishers, may you have many more occasions like this. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Lawrence. I'd just like to read a little poem before we have the cutting of the birthday cake. When I finish this, I would ask Alan to assist his mother up to the table here for the cutting of the cake, and also ask Green Brunel to come forth as well. This is entitled, Life Begins at 80. I have good news for you. The first 80 years are the hardest. The second 80 are a succession of birthday parties. Once you reach 80, everyone wants to carry your baggage and help you up the steps. If you forget your name or anybody else's name, or an appointment, or your own telephone number, or promise to be 3 places at the same time, or can't remember how many grandchildren you have, you need only to explain that you are now 80. Being 80 is a lot better than being 70. For at 70, people are mad at you for everything. At 80, you have a perfect excuse no matter what you do. If you act foolishly, it's your second childhood. Everybody is looking for symptoms of hardening of the arteries. Being 70 is no fun at all. At that age, they expect you to retire to a house in Florida and complain about your arthritis. They used to call that lumbago. And you ask everybody to stop mumbling because you can't understand it. Actually, your hearing is about 50% gone anyway. If you survive until you are 80, everybody is surprised that you are still alive. They treat you with respect just for having lived so long. Actually, they seem surprised that you can walk and talk sensibly. So folks, please try to make it to 80. It's the best time of life. People forgive you for anything, and if you ask why, life begins at 80.
Wonder why that doesn't go, Jimmy. It says S. It's not open.
I think there's quite a few ready to come in, so with that, this portion of the program to start with, and we would ask the ladies, maybe if people would sit into the chairs, they could come and serve tea. Okay? There'll be some more later on as everybody's had a chance to visit with Vi. This is her day, so go and visit with Vi. colors. So we're very grateful for that. You know, after she did the course, the lady instructor said to her, I want to ask you one question, madam. How come you parked the car by that signpost? Well, her guy says, I didn't see nothing wrong. The sign said fine for parking, so I parked there. I want to tell a little story about Alan, too. You know, he left here at an early age and went west. And, of course, he gets letters back, and Vi kept telling us, oh, Alan's doing real good. He's working for the government out there on the roads. Oh, he said, what's he doing? Well, he's painting the yellow sign down the center of the road. Good. So the first day he was at work, when he come in, the foreman said to him, how far did you paint today? Alan said, 2 miles. Boy, the foreman said, that's pretty good. Said, you work like that, son? They said, you'll get right to the top. So the second day that he came in, he said, how far did you paint today? Alan said, mile. Well, that's not too bad. But the third day when he came in and he asked him, Alan said, I only painted a half a mile. Well, the guy said, what's happened? Well, Alan said, every day I paint here, I'm getting further away from the paint can. You know, there's 3 things with Vi: happiness, smart, and brilliant. I'll tell you the difference between the 3. Happiness, she always said, is just like a slice of light butter. Smart is when you believe only half of what you hear. Believe me, she knows that. And brilliant is when you know what half to believe. Vi is all 3. And then she had another little poem. She always said, that God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. And the recipe for Vi is living to be 80. Is she says you can't help getting older, but you don't have to get old to do so. And there's 5 things I think that sums up Vi pretty well. And it's keep busy, be positive, quit worrying, think young, and don't live in the past. Now just dwell a little on each one, if you just give me a few moments. Keep busy. When you have time in your hands, you think old and you act old, and that's a mistake. Be positive. You have to have a positive attitude, even if you are going to fail. Be positive about it, because that way you'll be a successful failure. Quit worrying. Stress and tension, they are not only unpleasant, but can shorten your life. If something is beyond your control, if you can't do anything about it, there's no point in worrying about it. And if you can do something about it, then there's still nothing to worry about. And think young. Enthusiasm, keep active. Having plans for tomorrow, meeting people, doing things, and looking to the future. And 5, don't live in the past. I know it was cheaper then, but you can't keep looking in a rear view mirror unless you enjoy having a stiff neck. Old memories are fine, but you still have lots of time to make new ones. There's an old saying, life begins at 40. Vi's case it's at 80. And that's silly because life begins every morning when you wake up. Just because you're 80 doesn't mean you can't lead a full, vigorous, and active life. Open your mind to it. Do things. The possibilities are endless. If all else fails, try doing something nice for someone who doesn't expect it, because then you'll be surprised how good you will feel. The point is, with a positive attitude and a little luck, there's no reason you can't live to be 100. Because once you've done that, boy, you've really got it made. Know why? Because very few people die over 100. And I always said no one ever ruined their eyesight by looking on the bright side of life. I think those are good qualifications for
by today, and I'll let Graham introduce this person and tell all about it.
You haven't got an hour and a half to tell all of them, have you? Anyway, this is little Keith Gaston from Morrisburg. Him and sister have enjoyed birthdays on the same day for a long time now. This is, I take it, from by to you, Keith. Okay, and maybe if we could all sing happy birthday to Keith now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Keith. Happy birthday to you.
Keith is my twin brother today. He's 80 today.
Great day. Thank you very much, folks.
Just one other thing I'd like to bring forward. Vi is a great lady, you know, for business and everything. So I asked her a while ago, you know, with the depression, recession and everything, you know. I said to her, I said, when do you think business is going to slow down, Vi? Oh, she says about 3 o'clock on Fridays and 4 every other day of the week.
Okay, resume your, yeah.
This comes to the pleasant part of the program. And I was just thrilled when Vi asked me to move a vote of thanks to the ladies that prepared this wonderful lunch today for us all. And I'm going to ask all the ladies now to come out of the kitchen, please. Did someone call them there? Anyhow, it's my pleasure again to say thanks to you for all your efforts on this lovely lunch. And we know the work that went on before and the work in your kitchen. And we also want to thank those who aren't here. There were some that had to go on today. I think the convener had to leave, but she has excellent little elves here. Boy, can they work. And they did a beautiful job. And on behalf of Vi and all of